I wanted to do a quick walkthrough of my Beatrix Potter inspired travel folio. And so let's start with the front cover. I have a baseboard frame. This is the lace version, and it's one of the large ones. There are quite a few that come in the package. And in back here, just barely peeking through, is one of the new background papers. And it isn't colored like this. I actually watercolored it with distressed crayons, and I will show some still shots of that on my blog. Also, I watercolored the engravings layers with the distress crayons as well, and then I cut one of the leaves apart so that it would go on both sides of the poppy for here. This is one of the quote chip theories quotes, and I chose this saying, "Be brave with your life," because I felt that it fit Beatrix Potter. She lived during a time when as a single woman, she was expected to basically stay at home and take care of her parents, which she did for quite some time. But from the very beginning, she was really a very curious woman, and she learned so much about so many things, and I'm going to try and showcase that in this folio. But I just really felt like she was someone who was brave with her life, and even though maybe the constrictions on her from society were such that she wasn't really allowed to succeed in the areas that she seemed to excel, like science and being an author and things like that. She did it anyway. She was brave with her life. So that's why I chose this particular quote. The hardware heads and the adornments butterfly are colored. I hope you can see that, with the Kitsch Flamingo Distress Glaze. And so that's what I did with that. I just brushed on some collage medium. Then I sprinkled the Distress embossing glaze, and then I heated it. And there we have a little pink butterfly and some pink hardware heads. Let's open this up. And I'm going to have pictures of all of these details on my blog. So if you want still shots of them, you will want to head over to my blog. If you didn't come from there, you'll want to head back over there, or go there for the first time. The link is in the description for this video. All right, so the inside, I didn't really do much. These come already covered now instead of just a plain craft color, so there really wasn't much for me to do. I just went ahead and left it as it is, but I added a little pocket here with one of the Field Notes ephemera, and I put one of the salvage tags in there. It says repair tag, but it really doesn't matter. It kind of goes with the colors of some of these things. I put one of the Field Notes ephemera on there in butterflies, because as we will see, she was very interested in not only looking at fungi and mushrooms, but she also did a lot with insects and entomology and those types of things also. She was very observant, and as an artist, she would do a lot of drawings of flowers, of fungi and mushroom, and of, animals and insects and all of those things. I put a little piece, this is a piece of that same baseboard or backdrop paper, and it kind of looks like it's out of a book, like a children's book, and since she was a children's book author, I just put a little piece of that there, kind of as a nod to her. Then I added one of the quote chips here, and it says, sorry, that's in the way. It says, "In every walk with nature, one receives far more than they seek." A couple more little pieces from the Field Notes ephemera. This is one of the new linen tapes that is on there. This is from the floral set of linen tapes. I used both. And then I have some more all throughout here. I have bits and pieces from the Field Notes ephemera and the Field Notes snippets. So a lot of these that you will see are directly from there, and I just kind of added them on there. This I wrote on, and I put H.B. Potter for Harriet Beatrix Potter, mycologist, artist, author. She was a sheep herder, and she was also a landowner. So she was pretty amazing. All right, so before I open it, I did want to talk a little bit about this little booklet. I have a little booklet in the front here, and what this booklet is this is actually the cover of a booklet that comes in the back of this travel folio. And I took it apart, I took the cover off, and I cut the inside down and used it to make my own booklet. And then I also cut the cover down, and I used the cover to make this little 4-page thing in the very front. So that's how I did that. And I loved it because it was already collaged for me. I really had to do very little. So I have a few pieces of snippets. This is another piece from this same paper, I believe, that talks about history of scientific books. And the reason I wanted the natural history and scientific books on here is because in her 20s, I imagined that this was Beatrix. In her 20s, she really started studying mycology and the study of mushrooms and fungi. So I used the type chips to write fungi on here. And then some of the little places where you'll see I have some journaling, those are from some of the papers that were cut off from the booklet when I made my own booklet back here, and I cut them off. I had papers left over that were, you know, from the bottom. So I used those for my journaling. And it talks about how in her 20s, she became very interested in mycology, or the study of mushrooms. And on here I have salvage tag, I have some more snippets. This is an one of the engravings that I watercolored. And then I went ahead and I found in the snippets, I found a mushroom that was the exact mushroom that's under here. And so it looks like it's kind of magnified. So that was just a little fun element I wanted to put in there. And then back here, I really wanted to just talk about what happened with her paper. And so she wrote a paper. It wasn't received well, as I said. But her uncle was a scientist, and so he went to Kew Gardens where they presented scientific papers and books and things like that, and he actually read her paper, and he also had it put on the table, which meant that all of her drawings of fungi and lichen and mushrooms and things like that were out on the table, as well as her paper. And it was supposed to be peer-reviewed, but because she was a woman and the person who was in charge of the whole thing was not in support of it. It was never actually peer reviewed, but it was seen by many of the scientists at the time. That was in 1897. All right, the next page. So this is one of the not baseboard layers. This is one of the layers, collectors, the collector layers. And it looks just kind of like what I think the Lake District would look like in England. I really have no idea. But Beatrix's family often vacationed in the Lake District in England. And so she really loved it. And she was pretty much kept in England, in London, taking care of her family, her parents. But she would, once she started publishing some of her children's books and she started earning some money, she purchased a farm in the Lake District, and she would go up there and do writing and just, you know, kind of get away from life in central London. She really loved it. So I used some of the clipping stickers and wrote, "The first step in a journey, this heart of mine wanted to live in the country, a glimpse of heaven to be preserved." And the reason that I put that to be preserved is because by the time that she died, she had purchased so much of the Lake District that she was able to pass it on to the National Trust for it to be a national area of preservation where people couldn't build on it. And she also had a whole bunch of sheep and all kinds of things that she was able to pass on. So that's kind of a wonderful legacy of hers. I also have one of the little sewn pieces here as a tab, so that when you open this, this is a piece of just the base. These are both pieces of the backdrop papers. And then I used some more of the engravings, some of the brushes, and then these two pieces also are part of the engravings. I colored them with distress crayons, and these are some of the rubbings, the remnant rubs from the specimen version. Then I put here, "She was to remember life is full of beauty and to take it to heart." And so that's really what she did, I feel like, in a lot of her illustrations and things. This piece over here is just a salvage tag, and I love this hydrangea that's part of the engraved layers. And then I put, "Hidden by the shadows, she dreamed beautiful dreams." And I felt like, you know, her creativity or artistry and things like that were often hidden in the shadows, but she still dreamed, and she still tried to do whatever she could to make those dreams a reality. So I felt like she did what she loved. So I have another one of the quote chips from Theories, more snippets, and this is just a piece of the baseboard, or I keep calling them baseboards, the backdrop papers. And I just thought this was pretty on that. It kind of looks like an old book or something like that, this particular paper. So anyway, I just added that, and I just really like how soft and pretty that is. Then I used some of the stencil chips in BP for Beatrix Potter with one of the tiny clips. And also, if you look closely, you can see under there that I have some mushrooms behind the letters for her name. And then this is one of the, this is one of those, the thicker layers, the collector layers. So it was nice and thick on there. And another of the engraved layers. And I put a nice girl from a good home. She kept her word to find she was perfectly alone. And so I used the letters here because she was taught at home and she stayed at home, and I know that they had tea every day. And so I just thought this, kind of as pretty as it is, that it represents how she was being a nice girl from a good home, and then she kept her word to take care of her parents, but she just felt so perfectly alone. All right, I added some more just papers to the backs of things so that when they were hanging over, you didn't just see a plain back. You saw some decorations, another one of those collector layers. And then this beautiful butterfly is in the engraved layers. I colored it with distress crayons, and I just put a wonderful creature on there. These already had the writing on them. I didn't have to do anything. One more of the, actually two more of the engraved layers here. So this little bird and then the nest, I colored with distress crayons. I cut out that border on all of these that surround them, and then I put them on a salvage tag. The green one, it says, "In the garden, the pretty little birds chirped." And so you can see that this tag is going this way, but then I have a larger craft tag just from Ranger on the back. I did a little stamping on the back so that the part that you see isn't just plain. Right, so this next page kind of is her later life, as she had become a well-known author and had been able to set aside quite a bit of money. She would do a lot of traveling to the Lake District to her home, and so I put like a traveling chest there. I put a few of the little tags from, I think these are the ticket book is where those are from. And then a little bit of, this is all some of the backdrop papers. And on here I put an inspiration to the simple life. She wanted no reminder of realities and responsibilities and went off bravely beneath the open sky. And so she really felt free when she was at her home in the Lake District. And it was also due to the fact that she found a solicitor or a lawyer, Mr. William Heelis, who helped her to purchase the home and also any other purchases that she wanted to do to save areas in the Lake District. And so he was a big part of that. So he represents her lawyer. And then I have some more of the linen tape, and this one's from the agenda duo of the tapes. I put one of the heart adornments on here because his heart, full of bright hopes, fell in love with her at once. So he fell in love with Beatrix, and she in turn also fell in love with him. And so they eventually got married, and I put them in some of the floral frames from Sizzix. These are cut from that, the black metallic paper. And then I put, these are both engravings that I colored. Behind them I have worn wallpaper, and I'm going to hold them up so you can see. And then, I don't know if you can see the shininess that's in there, but I do have some mica that is in the frames, so it looks like there's some glass on them. This is a snippet of a butterfly, but I wanted to point out the quote flare, which is just such beautiful flare and has wonderful quotes on it. And this one says, "Always better together," because they were a great team as far as being conservationists, and he was very, very supportive of her. I made a little pocket over here because this is one of those layers, the collector layers, and when you turn it over, I just kind of covered it with some paper that I had from the backdrops paper, and then I used some backdrops paper to make a pocket. And on the pocket, I'm going to show how I did this on my blog, but if you look, I have some of the snippets that it looks like a book and it looks like some writing, and then there was this alphabet, and I cut this engraved layer that is a typewriter. I cut it across there and I stuck that in there so it looks like it's kind of coming out, because she was a storyteller. And that's what most of us know her as, is Beatrix Potter, the storyteller. But there was just so much more to her. Now, I included a few things in the pocket that can be pulled out or just left in. So this is one of the pieces of ephemera with butterflies and moths. This was one of the layered pieces. And then I took a tag and I just did a little bit of inking and stamping on it, added a mushroom, added a piece of snippet, and then I talked about how she had become a well-known author and told all about her Farmer and Sorry and William Heelis and their eventual marriage, and then how she deeded 4,000 acres to the National Trust to preserve the Lake District. And just to end it, I used some of the baseboard paper and I made this large piece of, I think this was also from the Field Notes ephemera. And I made my own book out of the book that's in the back. And I will show how I did that. So you can see that I sewed the signatures, I cut them shorter, and then I just glued them in there. And what I did was I went through and I just put bits of the field notes. This is nothing incredible in here, but what I did do is that I used some quotes from Beatrix Potter that I liked. I cannot rest, I must draw, however poor the result. And when I have a bad time come over me, it is a stronger desire than ever. Beatrix Potter. Most people after one success are so cringingly afraid of doing less well that they rub all the edge off their subsequent work. Beatrix Potter. I hold an old-fashioned notion that a happy marriage is the crown of a woman's life. I love that one. With the opportunity, the world is very interesting. If I have done anything, even a little, to help small children enjoy honest, simple pleasures, I have done a bit of good. There is something delicious about writing the first words of a story. You never quite know where they'll take you. I kind of think that's that way about creating things too, right? With our art, you never quite know where it's going to end up. I hold that a strongly marked personality can influence descendants for generations. I believe there is a great power silently working all things for good. Behave yourself and never mind the rest. Thank goodness I was never sent to school. It would have rubbed off some of the originality. And I think that's all I wrote in here. So there's plenty of room for me to write more Beatrix Potter quotes, should I desire to do that. But I hope that you enjoyed my little tribute to the woman, the force, the creative that was Beatrix Potter, and all that she left behind as a marked personality.